Okay, so repinning the PCM side, this stuff, to this is not as complicated as you think it is, okay? So what I do is I mark these clearly. Clear, red, blue, black. Take you a little bitty screwdriver or a pick. Take these sides off right here. You press in right here. I'm not gonna do this one-handed, but you press in right here. This cap comes off. Flip it over. Same thing right there. There's a little tab. Press it with the screwdriver or pick. The whole cap comes off, okay? Same thing with these. They're the exact same kind of design. Look at that, see? See, yeah. Okay, so I'll start off. You can either start off doing like colors, like I'm gonna do all this red one right here first, or I'm gonna do all this blue one first. That's what I usually do. So we'll just, I'm gonna put the blue one aside for the sake of the video. These are all numbered, okay? So the numbers are all on the back side right here. And I've already depinned this one right here, so everything's depinned. So there's numbers on the back right there. Upside down. There you go. 1 through like 80 or something. Yeah, so 1 through 80. And then what I'm gonna do is transfer all these to the corresponding number here. So these are numbered too, by the way. They're on the inside of that right there. So let me open one of these up right here and I'll get right back. Okay, so I've got the red one opened up. Took off the red. And so you can see all the pins exposed here. Okay, and then on the back, they're all numbered here. You can barely see the numbers on this one, but that is what, like 30, hell, I can't even see it, 32. Okay, it goes to 32 right there, and I think there's some at the top there. But anyway, to take one of these pins out, all you gotta do is, I usually stick the pick in there, kind of lift it. See it kind of, I just did it with my thumb, right there. It just pulls right out like that. And that purple wire right there is coming right out, okay? So what I'm gonna do is look at my diagram. So this is the red from the LT1 side, and I'm gonna see if there's a red 31 going to anywhere on here. So let me look at that real quick. Okay, so it goes, oh, lost it here. The purple is I just looked it up, vehicle speed sensor. Okay, it goes from red 31, and what I'm actually gonna do this in a little bit. I usually strip all of this all the way back, so you have a ton of room for these, and I kind of detangle them. But I know that this pin right here goes to pin 20 on the red. So there's 20 right there. So I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed here. Actually, I probably can't. Let's see. Okay, so pin 20, it goes in there just like that. It slides right in. Push it. You have to probably finagle it a little bit here. I'm pushing with the wire. Sorry for the video, guys. Anyway, you push it all the way up and it comes through right here and it locks into place. So let me lock it into place real quick. So there you go, it's locked into place. It's ready to rock and roll. You can scratch that off the list. Just keep going down the list there until you get to them. There's a couple of them that will say it goes from one of these to 2 of these. Okay, so yes, you do need to tie them in together. So get you an extra pin that you pulled from like this harness here, and then just put it in an extra one right there and just tie it in somewhere right there, solder it, and then that's all you got to do right there. So it's just time consuming. Don't get tied up in it. Do 1 pin at a time. Just go down the list. It's exactly what I do. If you don't have a pin on there, don't worry about it. It's not important. All of the yellow ones on that list, they're all emissions and stuff, like 302s and all that stuff. Don't worry about that stuff. Since mine's a 94, I'm gonna have to add the crank position sensor wires myself. So what I'm gonna do is, since the Opti harness already goes down there, I'm gonna clip that thing off right there. I'm gonna wire in my crank sensor right there. I'm gonna solder it, tape it all up and stuff. So those wires, I know, go all the way back to the PCM. So I'm gonna find the Opti wires and I'm gonna switch those pins around right there. On like a 96, 97 car, you don't have to do that. You can actually just clip those wires right there and be done with them, because you're not gonna be using that Opti harness right there because you already have a crank sensor wiring up here. I've got a flex fuel sensor too that I'm gonna wire up too, and I was gonna find out which pins go to what nut on there. I'm gonna add some pins and wire it up, but that's all the quick connects and stuff. So I hope this video helps somebody out. I try to explain it to people as best as I can. It's not as hard as people think it is. I know it looks like a lot of wires, and it is, but again, it's just one wire at a time. It's not that big of a deal. I can usually knock this out in about an hour or 2 hours, just kind of depending on how fast I go, and that's it. So let me get this all done right here, and then I'll take some more video of it, and I'll show you the done product. Okay, so I ran across one that was a tube, but it only has one pin in this. So it was this ground, so it was black number 16, I think. Yeah, black 16. Okay, so it tells me it needs to go to red 57 and blue 54. So I plugged it in the red 57. So what I'm gonna have to do is go get another pin from the little harness I got over there, cut it, splice this up right here somewhere, just wherever, and then go from here to blue 54 when I get to this. So that's what when it has two of them on there, that's what it means. So that's exactly what that means when you have to do that stuff. So I've got to the black pin right now, but I'm just going down the list on the red connector here. I just start off with one of these and kind of untangle it and just kind of try to make it as neat as possible so I can tape it up later when I'm done with it and stuff. But for testing purposes, I leave it a mess. But let me keep on with this. Okay, so I'm all done wiring. I know it looks like a mess right here because it's not taped, but they are separated. You can see. I'm just gonna fold this stuff up, clean it up, and I'm gonna actually tape it up real nice and neat. I got 3 left over. Actually, I had a lot left over. There's stuff that's like F-body specific, like there's like one that's like AC temperature. You can cut that stuff out, like fuel sender signal. You can cut it out. It doesn't even show you where it goes, so just cut it. I'm a 6-speed car, so I cut the skip shift thing, the skip shift light. I'm not even running reverse inhibit on mine, so I cut that thing out too. These 3 wires right here, where we at? This one, okay. These 3 wires right here go to the Opti harness, and these are the ones I'm going to use for the crank sensor, so I don't have to run new wires all the way across and stuff. So I just got to ohm these out and then figure out which way they go on their red and blue connectors and all that stuff. Not a big deal to me. Pretty simple stuff. One's ground, one's signal, and one's reference or something like that. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. Or one's power, signal, and then ground. That's what it is. Anyway, I really hope this video helps. Sorry for my rambling and all that stuff, but this is pretty much the gist of it right here. You can clean this stuff like what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean it up and stuff. But I'm going to get it running first, so I don't have to tear the stuff apart and then go back from there. I still have to put the hub on, and I still have to wire up my crank sensor. I have to put my plug wires on, which they're actually laying right there, but I just, put them on there. Wire up the coil, put my intake on, and oh, my OBD port, I need to change that out too, which ain't a big deal to me. It's only like 2 wires or something like that. But that's it for me. Anyway, I really do hope this video helps out. Any questions, just holler at me on Facebook.